Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we're going to be building a MAZ, or a MAZ, I don't know really what it stands for. All I know is it's a Russian transport off-road vehicle. Think of like your normal military transport, except for on steroids. That's like the only way I can think to explain like what type of vehicle this is. There's going to be some really pretty good challenges on this vehicle. One, I'm going to keep it completely metal. I want it to be as authentic as possible. So the second challenge I would say is that this vehicle's wheels set really far back. Like this front end piece sets like really far forward. I mean, it's hard to explain without either seeing a picture, but once I really get this thing going, I'll explain to you like what I'm going to do to kind of counterbalance the weight and try to keep it to where this thing just doesn't dig in, like just doesn't flip over forward and make, basically be undrivable. So got that going. I'm gonna definitely show y'all, you guys, if y'all watched my Mercedes video, or the Mercedes 6x6, I used a like 3 suspension piece, like a design that I came up with. Oh, well, I don't want to say I came up with it. I've seen somebody else do like the suspension design, but as far as the pipe placement and how I was doing it on that, I'm gonna use the same one for that. Let's go ahead and use the radiator piece here, but yeah, I'm going to use that same design, and I think it'll work really well on this vehicle, so I'll definitely explain that to you guys if you want to use it on your vehicles. But yeah, we're going to move to the cockpit next, get that taken care of, and then I'll definitely go and start putting these wheels on and just see how possible this vehicle is and see what kind of hell I'm going to have to go through trying to get this thing balanced out. And that's going to dictate, if I put a trailer on this, so. Am I wide enough? Yes, I am. If you watched any of my videos, you know that I like to, if I'm going to be hauling something, I like to have an odd number, like as far as how wide the vehicle is. Reason being, you'll always have that center block right in the center. Like you can just, if you're going to do like bearing for your trailer, if you're going to have some sort of hitch system, it's always nice having that just centered. That always helps. I had a couple builds in like my early days when I did that, and I completely screwed up the build because it was an even number of blocks, and I couldn't develop a hitch system to actually cover that up. Let's see, we're probably going to be doing the suspension pieces next. Let me cover up the rest of this. Oh, are those wide enough? I'm trying to remember what I was doing as far as, I think it's 7 across. As far as I know, I've watched some several different videos of this vehicle, and as far as I can tell, it's only turning off the front wheels, so technically the front wheel, I think they're going to wind up being even anyways as far as how big I want the wheel wells going. Normally it's 7 across here, so I screwed this up. Let's go ahead and cut this back. But yeah, I just got to make sure I have plenty of clearance to be able to turn. It does look like the wheels go into the suspension, like go into the wheel well, so I do definitely need to make sure that I have enough like area. I didn't have to do that in the Mercedes vehicle because the body kind of set really high up, so it wasn't as much of an issue, but here it's going to be. But yeah, here's the suspension that I'm talking about. I do the 2 pipes up here, and I'm going to have 1 pipe come out in the middle. Realistically, I don't really know why I do it like this. You could use blocks or whatever you really want to use, but I just like the way this looks. I'm going to stick this 1 pipe here in the middle. And really, the suspension's going to be working off that 1 pipe. Everything's going to be attached. Well, not attached, but everything works as far as the middle suspension is like the base. Let me go ahead and get this going. I can explain it to you a bit better than what I'm doing now because I'm failing pretty epically at explaining this. It's always better to have something like visually that I can show you here. So let's see. Let's make that go up. Makes that go out, and then I need 1 pipe that goes down. We'll place all 3 suspension pieces here. And what I mean by like how this is gonna work, I'm going to get the others done real quick. Let's see. And this, keep in mind, this is gonna be the wheel that turns. So I'm gonna put a bearing under here real quick. But yeah, it's just gonna turn. I need 1 bearing, and it's gonna be the middle one here. And I'm gonna put a block down. The reason I use a block, I have like 4 sides I can work with. So we put a bearing on the outside. That's where the wheel's going to hook on. And I'm going to use these pipe pieces that go up. Now I'm going to connect a straight pipe piece to the suspension itself. That is actually not attached to that bottom piece. And that's like the one way this works, and it makes it to where that suspension really works. It's really almost floaty. If you try to attach all of them, it doesn't work quite right. I remember this was a design I tried initially before I saw somebody else did it, and it just didn't work the way I was doing. It wasn't until I figured out how everything attaches together. Of course, this will all change once we get a welding tool. You can do whatever you want to pieces. I'm going to change this real quick. This is one block too high, I think. Like I said, scale-wise, it's not a 1-to-1. The whole fact that the wheels are really small. I mean, they're not small, but they're not quite as big as the ones in the picture, so it's not going to be a 1-to-1 scale, so I need to shorten the front end just a bit. Let's see, it's going to place these seats down here. We're going to set 4 people in here, so I'll have this set of seats in the front, and I'm going to do 2 behind it. And we'll close all that cockpit. I'm going to try to leave it as hollow as possible up here, just to save some weight. See, it does look like a clear. Alright, I think this is going to work. I'm looking at a picture. It's really cool. Not all of them have this, and I believe this is a gas tank that sets in the side. Let me put like a mount here somewheres. Something like, I don't know, that. And let's attach the tank. Actually, that's not going to be... Is that going to be flush with the body? No, it's not. Yeah, it's one block off. Okay, let me make one piece come out here. And what I'm going to do, essentially I'm going to build the rest of the body around this. The fender is going to come up into this tank, and then the top part where the rest of the people are sitting, that's going to come over it. So I'll build around it. The only thing I'm not liking about this, I can't paint this thing. Like, I can paint the outer part, but that middle part's going to stay silver and black. Probably going to have to just deal with that. I really like this piece, and I think it looks good on here, so let's go ahead and start the fender, and I'll show you how it's going to kind of come up into the tank. Let's shave a little off here. Let's see. I don't quite... Do I want to... No, I need to make sure I'm not going to clear the suspension pieces there. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm thinking we're going to compress pretty much all the way, so I definitely need to have this wheel, like this fender, as high as possible. So we're gonna miss that first part. Let's grab this block. This should go right in front of the suspension pieces. Yeah, I'll have some sort of fender piece in the middle. I'm thinking like this, and then we'll just complete it on the other side. Yeah, that does look pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Let's paint everything. I'm so glad I'm doing this. I'm going to preach it again. Paint your creations as you go. Not unless you've got just a really simple creation. This will save you a ton of time and a ton of hassle of getting to those little spots that you can never get to. So, let's see. That looks right. I might use a curved piece. Maybe I'll use that. I have like that curved or that slanted piece. Some people have actually been messaging me about that piece, or those slanted blocks I use. And that was my mistake for not putting that in the download. A lot of my creations use that, so they're all in the download links now. Now, sometimes that MediaFire download will say like it's a broken link or it's deleted. Just like wait for about 5 or 6 seconds, and it should give you a link, and it'll like redo itself, and you should have a link to download that mod. But yeah, I use that in all of my creations now, and like I said, sorry about that. I really wasn't thinking about it when I was putting some of these things up for download, and then I heard some issues where possibly that people thought like the saves were corrupt, but I think that was the reasons, just the whole fact that you didn't have those pieces in the game, so the game itself didn't know how to load that up, so definitely get that fixed. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, it being that heavy. Let's set this back up in the block. Let's see, does that look right? I'm thinking, I probably shouldn't have taken it off the lift a while ago. I started worrying myself, but the whole fact I haven't put these back pieces on in the first place. I need to get these on before I really start worrying about weight in the front, because it just fell right over. But I was like, oh, well, you know, it probably fell over because I don't have anything attached to the back here, so. let's see, we're doing the same design, except for I'm not going to have the one bearing to turn the tires. These tires will not turn. The only tires that are going to actually like pivot are going to be the front ones. So keep that in mind if you're seeing this, that there's not going to be a whole bunch of extra bearings here. And I screwed that up again. I always do that. I don't know why. Let's see. But yeah, I'm going to continue the fender along. It's just going to do constantly just go up and down around the wheel well. And then we'll have that canopy. I'm not sure how big I'm going to make that piece. I think it's like a storage area. It could be even more like area to store troops. I'm not 100% sure. So I'll continue that up at the top here. Let's see. Let me go ahead and show you this one more time. I'm actually making this a bit longer. I noticed when it fell over, it instantly compressed. Like, I'm pretty sure it was going to compress all the way anyways, but I want to have one more, like, piece of pipe here because I think it's gonna save me a little bit of hassle in the end. So I'm going to do all my new ones like this, and I've already redone the first ones, so let's see. Remember, attached like that. Okay, we are good here. I don't think it's necessary to use that wooden piece, but I just do it just for weight issues. I think I can save a little bit of weight there. Okay, I don't really know what's in here. I just see it in the picture. Like, maybe it stores more troops back here, or maybe this is where the motors are housed. Well, actually, no, they should be housed under the people. I'm not really sure. Let me go ahead and close these up. I don't need these windows. But this should actually stabilize it a little bit. This is going to shift more weight to the middle. I don't think it's going to fix the whole fact that it's going to tip over to the front. That's going to have to be done with the motors and trailer, but this will definitely help. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else I need to do. I'm going to stick these motors back in here in a minute. Let me go ahead and finish this off. Oh, let's see. Yeah, this is a really fun vehicle. I could swear this is the same vehicle. I need to check that. This is the same vehicle in Spin Tires. And I don't know if any of you all have ever played that game. That game's absolutely amazing. So let's see. Oh, still doesn't. Doesn't seem like it. Maybe not as bad. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're gonna do here in the back. I'm thinking motors and all the other good stuff. I think I'm gonna at least need 2 electric motors. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put that curved piece up here that's bothering me. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking at this whole inside, just trying to figure out where I'm going to fit everything. I'm thinking that like the hitch is going to be back here. So let's go ahead and place that. Make it all out of metal. This will all help counter the weight back to the back. It's because that's where I need it right now. Because I'm definitely suffering from like a heavy nose. So let's see. Go ahead and paint it, and I'll have a bearing in the middle here, and we'll put a trailer on. I haven't seen any frame drops with this yet. We'll see what happens when I stick a trailer. I'm going to do the trailer and just have the base of it. I'm not going to put anything on it yet. I'm going to just see how the game reacts and see if it freaks out here. Let's see. Yeah, I will say that it does run better. They've done some patches where, like, if I would have done this like 2 months ago, my game would have just tanked and crashed. So it is getting better, but you know, it's still one of those things where you've got to have a pretty beefy system for some of these really big builds. You can definitely have some real system killers. Alrighty, here's the hitch system. It's not really even a system. It's really just 2 bearings. I just got to keep in mind, I need to keep this even with the say the back bumper there on the vehicle. If not, I'm going to have a whole lot of issues. I've done this actually before when I did a trailer similar to this, and I just had tons of issues after because the whole fact that like they weren't even. And this, I'll find a way to make this thing, like to make it to where I can move it up and down. Like I said, I'm not using a actual hitch system on here. I already have a feeling this thing's going to kill my frames as is. I've done it before. If you look at my farming sim, or whatever you want to call it, video, I had a hitch system to where it had like a claw and you could actually grab on to the post or whatever, you know, I think it's called a post. Here, we're just going to attach it with the bearing and keep it like one vehicle. It's just going to make it easier on me, especially when we set this thing down and actually really see what's going to happen whenever this whole thing hits the ground. I have a feeling it might not be pretty. Let's see. Right now, it does seem to be balancing. I think I need to go... I'm going to make it a bigger trailer than this. Well, actually, quite a bit bigger. And then we'll probably... I'm going to try to put 4 wheels on the back of it. I don't know if that's going to work, but hopefully it does. I'm going to do the same system, so I'll probably cut this part of the video out. It's going to be the same system as what I'm doing up there, and it's just going to be that, just 4 wheels in the back. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is so laggy. Yeah, this is not going to work. Okay, I'm going to cut off... We're going to start by cutting off we're going to try to do a 2-wheel trailer right now. That's unfortunately what I think I'm going to have to do, even though I really like the look of the 4-wheel. We'll start there and see if this saves me any frames. I just have a feeling there's a lot going on here with all the suspension pieces. I mean, it works. The trailer seems to be fine, but it's just all the fact that it's setting a little high off the ground, but there'll be more weight on it once I get it settled. But it's just, I think all the suspension pieces are killing the frames right now. So, yeah, I'm going to cut those back 2 wheels off, see what happens, and hopefully that, for the most part, fixes it. If not, I'll have to see what I'm going to do after that. I'm not 100% sure here. Alright, well, I haven't been talking for a little bit, so let's go ahead and explain what's going on here. I cut off the back 2 wheels. I set it down. Everything seems to be running better right now. I'll probably keep the whole fact, that laggy part in the video, just to, show you that, yeah, this thing was lagging. That's why it doesn't have 4 wheels on the back. But I think to keep the weight down, like at first I want to put some sort of vehicle back here. We're going to just use it as like a storage area. So I'm going to use a similar design that I did to my 2.5-ton truck. I really like this like gated look here. And we're going to fill this up with a lot of looks like military supplies, maybe a lot of boxes or something. And we'll just make sure everything works here, because I'm getting to the edge where, I'm starting to get that lag, and I really don't want to have like a laggy build. I want to be able to enjoy this, so let's see. I'm one of those really particular people, if I see any bit of lag, I start to, freak out a bit, and I just don't like seeing that, so yeah. Yeah, we'll add some weight here. This should settle the trailer down a bit, so let's go get some boxes. Stuff all the boxes back here. That should be enough, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that works pretty good. That's this whole thing actually works. Well, at least hopefully it's gonna work pretty good. It looks good. Storage wise, you can put whatever you want in the back. I thought about doing, like, if you wanted to take the rails off the side, of course you can put a vehicle back there. I think it'll set. I don't know, I guess it all depends on like how beefy your system is and kind of how the game's gonna react, but I think it would actually work. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. This looks really close to the picture, and we're about to test this thing out. I shouldn't try to get a screenshot. I should probably remove the paint tool. But yeah, this is what we did in the back. Like I said, got all the boxes stacked up. I think this is going to be probably the best way to get here. One more thing I want to add real quick. It looks like on a couple of these pictures, they have some spare tires, and they're right about here. So let's make a little rack here. Let's paint it. Let's go with the body color. Let's do the green, and we're gonna stick a couple tires up there, and hopefully that should wrap it up for this build. And we'll test this thing out. Let's see. Hopefully these fit. Yeah, those are set. I was kind of concerned they weren't going to clear the suspension parts there. That looks cool. Let's paint them. We should be ready. All right, this is it. We're going to give it a test. Let's go over everything. Like I said, it's a fairly big beast of a machine. This is probably my biggest metal build, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of my other builds that are this big have always been out of wood, so I'm really proud of this. Let's hope it works here. I'm going to have to use the lift to get in. I can't think of... I could put like a side step on there, but that just doesn't... it doesn't... I need to make it look like it does in the picture, so... Here's your roof hatch. This is a pretty cool interior. You got your little shifter back here. Is where the other people sit. Let's see. Get your controllers. Controllers control the roof and the doors. Yeah, let's take off here. Whoa. Oh, we might have too much power. Alright, power levels are adjusted and we should be good to go here. yeah, I don't know how bad, like, I underestimated those amazing electric motors. I'm going to start using those a lot more for, like, these bigger builds that I know I need the power on. That's really cool. You can really see the suspension shift up and down. I'm just trying to check, make sure that when I hit the brakes that the front end doesn't dip down and bottom out, but that looks good there. Let's go find a couple hills to run over, and we'll wrap this video up. I will be having more videos come out. I'm going to try to do every day of the week this week and weekend. I've got another really busy weekend coming up at work, so it's gonna be close. Not every day is gonna be Scrap Mechanic. They're gonna have some Planet Coaster mixed in there. But yeah, we'll definitely try to get some cool stuff out for you guys. I got a really cool Scrap Mechanic plan for the next episode. It's gonna be like I'm gonna show off some of my prototypes and failed builds, because a lot of people don't realize how many builds that I actually do that just don't work, or that were like good ideals and I haven't finished them. So I want to show those off, and I think I'm gonna be. Oh, yep, I'm stuck. Come on, power through. Let's do this. I need to like prove your off-road worthiness. Come on. It's slowly edging through. Okay, well, that's good. Let's make sure it picks up and goes over. There we go. Yeah, we're powering through. All right, that makes me happy. Makes me think that this thing's actually a true off-road vehicle. But anyways, like I said, if you'd like to like the video, subscribe, any and everything helps my channel. We're really chugging along. The past week has been absolutely amazing. Like I mean, it's been 500 plus subs, and that's mind-blowing that happens in a week. Like I said, that's what I had in my first almost like month and a half. I had just got to like 500, so that's really cool. The channel's really growing. Really getting I'm trying to get my footing on how I want to do everything, and I'm trying to get a more firm schedule. Like I said, it is going to be crazy at times, and kind of I'm going to miss a day or two here. But it'll eventually, it will get better, and I'll get a little, better plan, or I wouldn't say planned out. I can, get a better, I'm running into trees while I'm talking here. I can get a better schedule together for you guys, and just try to, keep everything on a consistent basis. And like I said, if you like to comment below, I'm really good about answering most people's comments. If you have suggestions or anything you'd like to see, I'm still taking those. I've got a big list kind of backed up, but we'll be working on those, and we got a lot of cool things planned. So anyways, I'm going to go find a place to take a neat screenshot, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.